Pelikan. Author Selzer-McKenzie. A pelican is a large water bird with a distinctive pouch under the beak, belonging to the bird family Pelicanidae. Along with the darters, cormorants, gannets, boobies, fregatet birds, and tropic birds, pelicans make up the order Pelicaniformes. Modern pelicans are found on all continents except Antarctica. They occur mostly in warm regions, though breeding ranges reach 45 degrees south, Australian pelican, Pelikan specialatus, and 60 degrees north, American white pelicans, P. erythrohinchus, in western Canada. Birds of inland and coastal waters. They are absent from polar regions, the deep ocean, oceanic islands, and inland South America. Pelicans are large birds with enormous, pouched bills. The smallest is the brown pelican, P. occidentalis, small individuals of which can be as little as 2.75 kilograms, 6 pounds, 106 centimeters, 42 in, long and can have a wingspan of as little as 1.83 meters, 6 feet. The largest is believed to be the Dalmatian pelican, P. crispus, at up to 15 kilograms, 33 pounds, 183 centimeters, 72 in, long, with a maximum wingspan of nearly 3.5 meters, 11.5 feet. The Australian pelican has the longest bill of any bird (1 right). Pelicans swim well with their short, strong legs and their feet with all four toes webbed, as in all birds placed in the order Pelicaniformes. The tail is short and square, with 20 to 24 feathers. The wings are long and have the unusually large number of 30 to 35 secondary flight feathers. A layer of special fibers deep in the breast muscles can hold the wings rigidly horizontal for gliding and soaring. Thus they can exploit thermals to commute over 150 kilometers, 100 miles, to feeding areas. (1 right). Pelicans rub the backs of their heads on their preen glands to pick up its oily secretion, which they transfer to their plumage to waterproof it. The pelicans can be divided into two groups, those with mostly white adult plumage, which nest on the ground, Australian, Dalmatian, great white, and American white pelicans, and those with grey or brown plumage, which nest in trees, pink-backed, spot-billed, and brown, plus the Peruvian pelican, which nests on sea rocks. The Peruvian pelican is sometimes considered conspecific with the brown pelican. The regular diet of a pelican usually consists of fish, but they also eat amphibians, crustaceans and on some occasions, smaller birds. (2 right left 3 right). They often catch fish by expanding the throat pouch. Then they must drain the pouch above the surface before they can swallow. This operation takes up to a minute, during which time other seabirds are particularly likely to steal the fish. Pelicans in their turn sometimes pirate prey from other seabirds. (1 right). The white pelicans often fish in groups. They will form a line to chase schools of small fish into shallow water, and then simply scoop them up. Large fish are caught with the bill tip, then tossed up in the air to be caught and slid into the gullet head first. The brown pelican of North America usually plunge dives for its prey. Rarely, other species such as the Peruvian pelican and the Australian pelican practice this method. A pelican in street. James Park in London was once filmed eating a fully grown pigeon alive, see below. Pelicans are gregarious and nest colonially. The ground nesting, white, species have a complex communal courtship involving a group of males chasing a single female in the air, on land, or in the water while pointing, gaping, and thrusting their bills at each other. They can finish the process in a day. The tree nesting species have a simpler process in which perched males advertise for females. (1 right). In all species, copulation begins shortly after pairing and continues for 3 to 10 days before egg laying. The male brings the nesting material, ground nesters, which may not build a nest, sometimes in the pouch, and tree nesters crosswise in the bill. The female then heaps the material up to form a simple structure. Left square bracket 1 right square bracket. A pelican at San Diego Zoo. Both sexes incubate with the eggs on top of or below the feet. They may display when changing shifts. All species lay at least 2 eggs, and hatching success for undisturbed pairs can be as high as 95%, but because of competition between siblings or outright siblishade, usually all but one nestling dies within the first few weeks, or later in the pink-backed and spot-billed species. The young are fed copiously. Before or especially after being fed, they may seem to have a seizure that ends in falling unconscious. The reason is not clearly known. Left square bracket 1 right square bracket. Their pairs of ground nesting species have another strange behavior. They sometimes drag older young around roughly by the head before feeding them. The young of these species gather in pods, or creches, of up to 100 birds, in which parents recognize and feed only their own offspring. By 6 to 8 weeks they wander around, occasionally swimming, and may practice communal feeding. Left square bracket 1 right square bracket. Young of all species fledge 10 to 12 weeks after hatching. They may remain with their parents afterwards, but are now seldom or never fed. Overall breeding success is highly inconsistent. Left square bracket 1 right square bracket. Pairs are monogamous for a single season, but the pair bond extends only to the nesting area. Mates are independent away from the nest.